I grew a Pinterest account from 0 to over 10,000 followers. And you know what I learned? Followers do not matter at all. The only thing that matters is reach and click-through rate. That is the intention of Pinterest marketing. What matters is visibility. So let's talk about how you can get that visibility on Pinterest. First and foremost, keyword research is everything. And this is going to require a little bit of a perspective shift from what you're used to catering to on the other social platforms. On the other social platforms, you're really focused on watch time. You're focusing on hooking people, maintaining their attention so that your videos get pushed out to more people. That's not how Pinterest works. Pinterest is looking for the best possible answer to the question that people are typing into the search bar. And so because this is a search-centered platform, it's not about watch time. It's not a popularity contest like the other platforms. Followers aren't going to matter at all. The question is, are you able to provide the best answer based on what people are searching for? That is the goal. And the way that you provide the best answer, the way that you tell Pinterest that you provide the best answer is by optimizing the posts that you make on Pinterest basically to reflect what people are going to be typing in. We want to essentially anticipate what people are going to be searching for, what they're going to be typing into the search bar. Think of the way that you use Pinterest. You get on Pinterest to shop, to look for answers to your questions, to look for products, to look for solutions to your problems. That's how everyone else uses Pinterest too. It's about getting in front of as many people as possible, and you do that by answering their questions and anticipating what people are going to be searching. Like I said, the way that you do that is by doing keyword research. You can find this information. You can find what people are already searching for so that you can optimize your posts to show Pinterest that you are going to provide the best answer to what people are searching for. Now, a tool that I really like to use is called Key Search, and there are a ton of ways to do keyword research on Pinterest, and I've done them all. And what I found is that this is the easiest, most painless way to gather a high volume of keywords in a short amount of time. And because of their ranking/scoring system, you're able to see which keywords are going to be low competition, high search volume. So basically what that means is that these are keywords that lots of people are searching for, but there's not a ton of information, there's not a ton of answers to those questions that have been posted. So you're looking for the white space on Pinterest. You're looking to fill those gaps where content is missing. So that is the perspective shift when it comes to searchability. If you want to learn how to do this keyword research, we have a free membership. We'll link it down below, but we're going to move on to another topic here. So what am I posting on Pinterest? There are two types of pins, and I like to categorize this in two different ways. We have repurposed content and then we have fresh content. So repurposed content is where I'm just downloading the content that I've already posted to other platforms and then I'm scheduling it to go up on Pinterest. So this looks like downloading Instagram graphics or stories or reels or TikToks, any short form content or static content that makes sense to be reposted onto Pinterest. So I'll download that. We use a Pinterest scheduler called Tailwind, and I will batch upload all of those posts into Tailwind and schedule them to go out on different boards. The second type of content that I post is fresh content, and you will have seen these scrolling through Pinterest, I'm sure. These are what some people call standard pins, some people call them cover pins, and essentially what these are is it has text, maybe a photo that tells you what you're going to get if you click on that pin. So this is where you are able to direct traffic to the things that don't make sense for you to post directly on Pinterest, right? You're not going to upload an entire podcast episode to Pinterest. That doesn't make sense. But what would make sense is to make 5 to 10 standard pins that have the title of your podcast and a little blip about what they're going to get if they click through to then bring that traffic to your podcast. Same thing with YouTube video or a blog post. I'm sure you've seen people do this with blogs. You can do it with video content as well. You can also leverage these pins to drive traffic to your Instagram. So if you have a deep dive kind of valuable post that you did on Instagram, kind of like a mini blog post, you can create pins around that and drive traffic directly back to that post, which gets people to your Instagram and ultimately grows your Instagram following. It wouldn't make sense for you to post like a screenshot of your sales page, but we want to bring people to your sales page. So what does make sense is to create these standard pins that are going to have something, a call to action on them that are going to be enticing enough to bring people, for them to want to click on it and go to whatever it is that you have to offer. So those are the two types of things that you're really going to be posting on Pinterest. Now we're going to dive into the second portion of what I mentioned, what really matters, which is getting the click through. The entire point of posting things on Pinterest is just to bring traffic to these other destinations. So there's two things you want to keep in mind when you're looking at your click-through rate. Number one is buyer psychology. If you guys have watched any of my content, you know that there's 4 different buyer types. And each of those buyer types cares about different things when they're going to make a purchase decision. And so to leverage that information, what you want to do is create different pins that are going to be activating based off of the type of buyer that's seeing it. So what does this look like? There are, like I said, 4 buyer types. So we have amiable, expressive, driver, and analytical buyers. Amiable and expressive buyers, they buy more with emotion. They're more emotional buyers, whereas your analytical and driver buyers are going to be more motivated by outcome, ROI, numbers, tangible outcomes. So the difference there is the way that you're going to communicate with these buyer types. Whereas with an amiable buyer, you might talk about the impact on their team or their family. With a driver buyer, you're going to talk about the revenue increase. That's what they're going to care about, is more so the outcome. So when you're creating those, like I said, 5 to 10 different standard pins, you'll want to create a couple that speak to your driver buyer, that speak to your analytical buyer, that speak to your expressive buyer, and your amiable buyer. The second piece of this is to ensure that you have an effective call to action that's going to actually create a curiosity gap. So when people are reading your pin, there should be something that is telling them what they're going to get that's going to be enticing enough to get them to leave the platform. So this could be a script for how to sell expressive buyers in the DMs. Maybe that's what they're going to get. Maybe they're going to get a breakdown of how to leverage Pinterest to scale their company, and we link them to an Instagram post that goes deeper into that. Maybe they want to learn about your $500,000 launch and they want the details of exactly how you did that. And you can link them to your podcast. So we want to have a very effective call to action that isn't just shop here, click here. Right? We want it to actually, like I said, create that curiosity gap so people know they're going to get something of value. It's going to be enticing enough to get them to actually leave the platform. If you'd like to learn more about our advisory offers and how we help people just like yourself scale with organic social media that's backed by sales psychology so you don't have to run any ads, be sure to check out our links in the description below so you can binge, get inside our world, and get connected with us. So those are the key things that you need to understand about Pinterest marketing to actually optimize your account, to actually do the keyword research and begin posting. Like I said, we have a free membership that will walk you through the basics of how to do that and how to set that up, and we'll link that down below. If you have any questions, my DMs are always open. You guys know I love to chat with you guys about this. Leave any questions you have in the comments as well, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for being here.